One place, one with the Facebook side. We're live everywhere.
One thing I've done as I get older is with you know, when you're younger, you want the attention of, I broke my leg, I'm in a cast, I'm sick, I have a cold, more attention. It's less now, less. So I'm freezing. Lance is walking around in tighty whities and a slim tank top. Is it disturbing? A little bit. My point is, I'm frozen. And Lance is like dripping sweat in his, I'm about to go model a Chippendales outfit over there. So I'm literally wearing Lance's clothes. Like, I'm frozen. So am I getting sick? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. For me to admit that I'm sick is a huge deal. Not sick, not going to be sick, never was sick, never will be sick, end of discussion. Man's bound, man's bound. You think you're better than me? Okay, so what we're gonna do now is quotes, Lance?
Quotes.
I have never, when people say what motivates you, truth be told, as corny as this is, every once in a while, I'm just gonna admit it, words. Words actually motivate me. Someone else's words, someone who's done it before me, someone who has, past adversity, someone who has hit rock bottom and bounced back, someone's success story. Those are the kind of things that motivate me. So I love to listen to people's stories. I love to read people's stories. I love to hear people's stories because in some small way, we're all on this large treadmill of life. And every once in a while, we're all going to go through something that someone else will have. So I'm obsessed with quotes. I must follow, of course my phone is over there, 20 or 30 different Facebook, Instagram, Twitter accounts by his phone over there? No, by the computer. It doesn't have a case on it. Yeah, that's it. Connor's working on the case. Thank you. I feel like you're my college or high school boyfriend and I'm wearing your sweatshirt. I follow so many.
I feel like I'm nobody's college boyfriend right now. I feel kind of the opposite.
So I want to, I want to do quotes today. I want to take our next big bracket and do favorite.
Oh no, we weren't even. You want to do this as a bracket?
We're not even doing a bracket.
You want to do it as a bracket? I was just thinking. John actually asked the same thing. I've conditioned everybody to think about brackets.
I don't even know what we're doing. We're just saying our favorite quotes.
I just wanted to have a conversation about like favorite quotes, like with actually like no gating idea. No, we had discussed in the past that you like quotes.
Love.
And
I have an entire chapter in my book that's just based on quotes. Just based on quotes that motivate me. Just based on quotes that get me up and kick me in my own ass and say, guess what? There are a quadrillion people doing more with less than you. Get up, stop feeling sorry for yourself and move. Stop feeling sorry for yourself and do something, right? If you want your life to change, you have to change your life. I think about that every single day. It's part of what gets me going. And so I decided to write a whole chapter on how important words are to me. Not long words. I think it was Lance's favorite author, Shakespeare, who said, brevity is the soul of wit. And I firmly believe that.
And he was actually one of the best tweeters of all time.
Best tweeters.
Everything was 140 characters.
They were all like haikus, is basically what was happening there. So then I'm mildly...
And Tony and John on different platforms, actually, the first quote that they each mentioned was, you have nothing to fear but fear itself.
Okay. That's a great quote. That was,
I think it was FDR. No, it was Churchill. It was Churchill. It was fear. It was FDR.
Oh, then it was Churchill. Maybe it was, I don't know.
Was it FDR or Churchill? I know it was one of the two. I don't remember.
Eleanor Roosevelt had a bunch of good ones on fear.
Yes, she did. That's what John 4, FDR, I'm guessing you're right, and you're just FDR, right? What is FDR?
So how do you want to play? What do you want to do?
Want to share some? Let's just talk about like who you want. I know I spend a lot of time on quotes, but like what kind of quotes do you? I really wanted to try to think about what kind of quotes we should be putting up for the show. I figured it was best if we had the conversation with you and the people who are fans together, and we talk it through, and we come up with a game plan for quotes for the show.
All right.
Because I think it's an important thing, and then we could actually, if we want to do a bracketed tournament around it, I was actually thinking of taking a few hours off from a bracket just for myself. But this was.
I think it would be really hard to do quotes.
And we do like you can do fear FDR. Like I think you can do it. By person it would just be a little awkward and stuff.
Okay, favorite quotes.
Favorite quote. What's your favorite quote, Jen?
I mean, it was a favorite quote. I love a number of quotes. Fate loves the fearless is one of mine that means a lot to me. That sometimes you have to just throw caution to the wind and jump in and hope to holy hell that it's all going to work out. Because sometimes overthinking is going to be the demise. So fate loves the fearless. I love a lot of things on fear because I think fear impedes us more than anything else. I think fear gets in our way and keeps us from doing the things we really want to do more than anything else. More than opportunity, more than luck, more than strong people. I think fear is the key.
What is it? It's a chair.
Our furniture has started to arrive.
It's starting. Literally, our furniture is arriving.
Yeah. I think it's the first.
Wow, it's beautiful. All right, our furniture is
Bring it
coming.
here.
No, we'll wait. We'll finish up our quotes.
Oh, okay.
And we'll do that.
Wesley is asking, do you know we can do Instagram Live? Wesley, we are live.
We are live.
We are
on
live
Instagram
on
right
Instagram right now with this segment.
All right,
Andre Alexander says, this is weird. I just got a YouTube invite 5 minutes ago, and Jenna is there talking in a sweat jacket for like 10 minutes, and here on Facebook, I just put the jacket on 2 minutes ago. I don't know what the time lag is for the different platforms.
Nice throw. Thank you very much. Fate loves the fearless is my big one. The second one
That's James Russell Lowell, who was an American poet.
My second one is if it does, and this again, it means something different to everyone, but when I talk about motivating people, when I talk about facing adversity, when I talk about actually getting past the things that hurt and are ugly and are sticky and are messy, if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you, because if it didn't hurt, we'd all be doing it. If it wasn't uncomfortable, everybody would do it. If it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. And you know what it means. To everyone, it means something different, and for me, I use it often to get through the tough times. So that's also a very important one for me that I use a lot. And then there's always, a lot, like I said, a lot of the fear ones. You must do that thing you cannot do, face your fear, stare it down and own it. If you do nothing, nothing happens. That's another big one. A lot of people want and hope and wish. But if you do nothing, nothing changes. You can want it to change, you can hope it changes, you can wish that it changes. Oh, fine. You do that till you're blue in the face all day, every day. But if you do nothing, nothing changes.
John with the Yogi Berra quote: "When you come to a fork in the road, when you come to a fork in the road, take it." Wesley's watching us on his smartphone.
It's good to know. Thank you, Wesley.
Marcy says, work until your idols become your rivals.
Oh, I love that, Marcy, I will tell you, is one of the biggest hearted yet fiercest person I've ever met. So she was always just this really sweet, amazing friend to me, and then I went to work with her one day because I'm like, you own and run like a children's division of a clothing company? Like, that's just such a big job. And then I realized within 5 minutes of being there what that was about. I went in, she picked up the phone rang, and she goes, what? I don't care about excuses. I don't care about your timing. I ordered it. I want it here at this time, in this place, and that's all it is, and everything else is an excuse. You get it done. Do you understand? I was like, and that's how Marcy works. Marcy is the sweetest person in the world, but when it comes to business, let's get it done. We're all big girls and boys here.
Sherry says, mine is a bend in the road is not the end of the road.
It's true.
Marcy has another one, life begins at the end of your comfort zone.
That's another one of mine, which is a really good one.
Brooke B412 says, don't have
Ask
two things, whole ass one thing. Ron Swanson, Parks and Recreation.
It's great.
Ashley Stevens says, this quote by Chrissy Wellington on the whiteboard staring at me in the face during my indoor ride this morning is as follows. Connor, actually, let's do that, actually, right?
Yeah.
I know I had told you to do. You wanted what?
Nothing.
I told you to do it, but it was much noisier than I thought.
How about this? I'll give you a different project. Can you do that thing with the phone?
Oh, yeah.
That'll take 2 seconds.
Although Jenna's phone is here.
No, he's got the
Oh,
case.
he's got.
Oh, let me hear the whiteboard.
It's when the discomfort strikes that they realize a strong mind is the most powerful weapon, I guess. I don't know what the thing is.
Listen, words are so incredibly powerful. Do you know how much money Nike made off of 3 words? They found 3 words to motivate, just to do it.
Do you know where they found those?
I read it once, but I don't remember now.
I don't even know if they know where, but I do know that when I read Shinari Suzuki's book, one of the 2,000 times I read it, I kept on coming across the
Which
term,
one?
just do it. And he wrote it in 1970 before Phil Knight actually founded Nike, so.
But they all are. Adidas is impossible is nothing, right? They all have some sort of catchphrase, some sort of quote that is theirs, and they're going to take it and run with it, and it's going to pull you and push you and motivate and challenge and all of it. And what are they?
Steve Jobs actually found Think Foolish, Stay Hungry, and he found that like in the Whole Earth catalog. And,
It's great.
and that motivated him.
One of
Ben
my
Gurion.
Oh, go ahead. Let me find this other one I have. I mean, there's some funny ones too. I have a whole list that was just off the top of my head. I could still do 1,000.
Tony Kendall is saying, again. I apologize, guys. I'm gonna work on it. I'll be a decent presence in a few months. Marcy Olin. Marcy says, fear has 2 meanings. Forget everything and run, or face everything and rise.
Oh, that's awesome. Where's this one from? Promise me you'll always remember you're braver than you believe and stronger than you seem and smarter than you think.
I have no idea.
Christopher Robin to Pooh.
Oh.
Courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes courage is the quiet voice at the end of the day that says, I will try again tomorrow. Oh, this is a really good one. Ready? I love you, and because I love you, I would sooner have you hate me for telling you the truth than adore me for telling you lies. Isn't that good?
Yes.
And then this was my really funny one. There's actually a few funny ones. Actually, now these are just a funny tweet that came through. My favorite float in the Pride Parade is the older couple from Wisconsin with mouths agape in a rental car who took a wrong turn. And then this is the last one, and then I'll keep going. Where is it? If it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. Oh, here. Ready? You have to listen carefully. Right now I'm basically just reading you a funny tweet, but I promise you this will make you laugh and it's all worth it. I'm constantly amazed at how different my twin daughters are. Lisa is so much more positive and confident than her sister Hogface. Have you ever read that one?
We need to reset here for the Instagram.
Instagram, folks. We're going over our favorite quotes because I am complete. Did you do it? You did? I've been working on it for 3 weeks.
Wow.
I'm really impressed with you, Connor. Feel free to take those cards out when you get back in.
Tony Kendall says you said,
I gotta say, I'm over 4 hours. I do it, but what I was talking, I don't mind you saying every once in a while. You're using it as a crutch right before you read it.
I'm using it as a
You know
thinking.
that.
I use it to think. Yeah, I buy myself time.
People are afraid of silence. They're afraid of putting silence out there.
I actually think I use it to think. I'm not even conscious of the fear of silence. I am just using it as a time to.
You did it. You're amazing. How'd you do it?
Is that okay?
Yeah, can you plug your thing in?
Yeah, I think.
Can I just say, Connor's kind of the man. I've been working on this for a long time. Oh, I love you. So I went to buy an iPhone 6 case for my iPhone 6 phone, and they laughed at me because no one's buying iPhone 6 cases anymore. Importantly, they're only buying iPhone 7s. So I said, well, what's the difference? They said, well, the iPhone 7, you can't put the thing in. There's no thing. I said, no problem. I never listen to it anyway, right? I don't never usually on the phone. I'll just go like this. The next day, as if Apple was listening to me, the thing on my phone where you listen like this stopped working. So I can no longer hear a call. It has to be on speakerphone. So suddenly I needed, I don't know how they knew, I have no idea. But it was blocked, so Connor just went in there and de-blocked it for me. So we're talking about quotes, our favorite quotes. I am motivated by quotes. I can run 5 miles and have nothing left in me, and somebody can throw something in my face, you know, whatever it is, some sort of quote, and I can eke out another mile. That I am motivated that way, I am pushed that way, I work that way, and I love it. I'm kicked in my own ass that way. Lance, I met, and he's very similar, maybe not always athletically, but in life. And I'm just curious if you guys have favorite quotes that move you, push you, inspire you, challenge you, that you either have up in your office, up in your bedroom, up in a gym, up somewhere where you look to that quote for a little bit of push and a little bit of adrenaline and just a little something else that you have to dig deep down inside and pull up to use to motivate you. So I'm just curious what your quotes are.
So mine is Ben Gurion, who founded the state of Israel.
Right, of course yours would be Ben Gurion. Mine is like Winnie the Pooh.
But Ben Gurion had, I think, what an amazing quote. Whoever doesn't believe in miracles is not a realist.
Oh, that's good.
Because you actually need to be able to form the miracle in your head to go pursue it.
Yeah, you're right. Here's a good one, Lance, which we need to remember every day. You can't win if you can't lose.
Win if you can't lose.
Right?
Yes.
Or another one along the sort of the same vein, although I always think you need to learn how to lose and lose over and over and over so that you could get better at learning how to win is, you know, you can't hit the ball from the bench.
Okay.
Oh, are you writing some of my good ones down?
Yeah.
Oh, so then here, let me give you a couple of these. Hold a minute. Wait a minute.
There used to be a portfolio manager that I did.
Did you hear that, Lance?
What?
Julia and Juliet? One. The play, Juliet and Juliet.
Oh, it won?
Yeah.
The beach sugar baby.
I thought you were saying Julia.
Okay, here we go. Wake up, kick ass, repeat. You know that one. Be somebody nobody thought you could be. I love that one. Here we go. I write some of the good ones down that I come across. Anyone going through a breakup? Listen to this. Or a job not calling you back, or someone you adore not calling you back, or whatever it is, or whatever situation you find yourself where you think you deserve to be called back or spoken to. Every time I think of you, I have to remind myself that if you wanted to talk to me, you would. Right? So don't worry about it. If that person wants to get in touch with you, they will. Another one for breakups. I love this one. Don't let the mixed signals fool you. Indecision is a decision. Drop the mic. It's so good. Didn't you love that one, Lance?
I actually wrote it down. I wrote it down.
Indecision is
Indecision
decision.
equal decision.
It's a good
I
one.
used to do an account called Magic Equations, and what I used to try to do was break down. It's actually the first thing I did on Twitter was break down quotes into equations. So you have, like, in that particular case, indecision equals decision. So it's basically.
Ready?
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes balls to be a woman. Oh. This is a good one. These are the kind of things that and look, there are big, fantastic Winston Churchill quotes that move countries and peoples and everything. And then there's stuff like, life is short, chill the fuck out. Or the most powerful weapon on earth is the human soul on fire. Or hell hath no fury, like the Jenna Wolfe show without furniture. Jenna on the Jenna Wolfe show without furniture.
Who said that? That was you?
Just did.
I was wondering if somebody.
Sorry, I can't. It's already dark out. Me, every night from now until about mid-May. Words to live by: do no harm, but take no shit. Just a couple that I've sort of found over the years. Anyone else? Does anyone else have a quote?
We have one person who just do it. We are not getting a lot of
Okay, so we'll take a break. We'll do
interaction
something else.
here. I actually have a few that I would like to share myself. So I see if they're good ones that you would like. So there's one. Remember Satchel Paige?
See, of course you would come up with Satchel Paige.
Why?
Yes, I do remember. I mean, I don't remember.
So
it
Satchel
live.
Paige, I think has actually some of the great quotes of all time.
Listening.
So I'm just gonna get to his page and
I can't find anymore right this second.
so he has one. Work like you don't need the money, love like you've never been hurt, dance like nobody's watching.
Yeah, that's an old one.
Then he has, don't pray if it rains if you don't pray when the sun shines.
Love that. Love that one.
Another one, I ain't ever had a job, I just always played baseball. And that
See?
reminded me of you talking about
Yeah.
the 4 hours earlier.
Yeah.
Okay, here's another one. How old would you be if you didn't know how old you are?
Awesome. I'd be 22.
Money and women, they're two of the strongest things in the world. The things you do for a woman, you wouldn't do for anything else. Same with money.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no man can avoid being born average, but there ain't no man that got to be common.
It's true.
So he has I just love it. I think he's,
How about this one? Who's got this one? It's a dog-eat-dog world out there, and I'm wearing milk-bone underwear.
Marcy.
Marcy did not say that.
No, she has another one here that's very good. I'm too busy working on my own grass to see if yours is greener.
It's an awesome quote. That's an awesome quote, actually.
Yeah. Dig the Moment says everybody needs to dig the moment.
Yeah.
LA guy says when someone shows you who they are, believe them.
That's a great quote.
That is awesome.
Nice quote, guys.
Oh wow.
What?
Is the right way to do this?
Okay, go on.
Oh no, I'm actually doing something. This is actually going to be very bad. Okay. The other person who, Vince Lombardi,
Of course.
had some really good ones. So let's just go to Vince Lombardi. I just really want to make sure that these are okay with you for when we put up quotes.
Yeah.
And make
Should I
sure
give you
that-
one while you're looking for it?
Please do.
Let's see if I can remember this one. There are two kinds of human beings in this world, so my observation has told me namely into it as follows. Those who could reveal the secret of the universe to you and fail to impress you with any sense of the news, and secondly, those who could tell you they just bought 10 cents worth of paper napkins and make you thrill and vibrate with the intelligence of it all.
It's a good one.
Right? That was my yearbook quote. I didn't know what I wanted to say, but I knew that the day I figured it out, I was going to say it better than anyone else.
That was you?
That was me. No, I just said that. That's what that quote means to me. That I had a lot going on in my head as an 18-year-old graduating high school. And I didn't exactly know where I was going or how it was all going to come out or how they were going to turn into words or what I was going to say. But the day I figured it all out, I promised everyone I was going to say it better than anyone else. And the person that I looked like in high school, the pimple-faced, bad hair, not many friends, no boyfriends, that person inside me was trapped all this confidence because I knew I was going to go out there and I was going to kill it in my field. But no one else saw that. right? So I put this quote out there that life is sort of categorized into two sets of people, those who can tell you everything but really say nothing, and those who can tell you nothing, but you encapsulate so many people and you're so, you know, animated about it that you sort of pick up this entire audience that by the time you figure out what you do want to say or how you want to say it, you have your audience. And I always wanted to be that second person. And I think in some small way, in my small feeble efforts, I have managed to do that. So that quote meant a lot to me.
Marcy says, be a warrior and not a worrier.
Yeah.
Carol Ann says, and the day came when the risk to remain right in a bed was more painful than the risk it took to blossom.
Yeah. You know, Lance, people talk all the time about taking chances, and that's a big, if you Google quote taking chances, there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of quotes about taking chances, right? And millions of people read them and they say, yes, I'm gonna go out, I wanna take chances, I wanna take risks, I wanna, you know, buck conventional wisdom, I wanna try something new, I wanna put it all out there, you know, and I wanna gamble and see what I can do if given an opportunity, and yes, 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 I'm gonna embrace yes 100% of the time. But do they really do it? No. We're in it now. Like, do you and I know how this is going to turn out? I mean, we can say the words, and we
Damn
can have,
straight I know.
we can
this
have
is
amazing
gonna turn
optimism,
out.
but no one has the clairvoyance to know exactly how it's going to work out. We haven't put
We have a
ourselves in a
plan.
formula.
We have a blueprint.
Correct. But we're not sticking ourselves into an already figured out formula at all. We're in that quote right now. We're actually living it. We're taking a chance. We're living that. And there's something really cool about it. And I'm patting you on the back for grabbing my hand and pulling me along. And I'm patting myself on the back for taking a chance and leaving something as stable and as successful as that morning news show I did to do something that has not really been proven yet, but that we intend on proving.
And on that note, we have Marcy with a great quote from Maya Angelou.
Let me hear it.
I got my own back.
Yeah. It's very funny she said that because Steph and I have this joke. Steph is 1,000 times more educated than I am, by 1,000 times more than that. Boarding school, college, all of it, very smart. I mean, she is super smart. So when sometimes we're at dinner parties, I like to throw something out there, and I'm funny and she's smart. Between the two of us, we make a really cool human being. So she'll always say something, and I always say around circles, but so few people know how to correct me that they don't. They just assume. Take someone who's so prolific with their work and then throw out something they said. So I always say, if you hear me say it now, you'll know. I go, you know, that actually reminds me of a Maya Angelou poem that was just so beautiful. I forget how it goes, but it talks a lot about that. Now all of a sudden you've done three things. A, I'm very well read. B, I remember her poetry enough to be able to even quote Maya. And C, she's, you know, God bless her, rest in peace, no longer around to be able to say, I didn't say that. No, I look like win-win. It's win-win. You know, that reminds me of something Maya Angelou once wrote. That's how I do it. See? Looks good. I believed it for a second.
That actually reminds me of something that Seneca once wrote.
That who?
Seneca.
See? Seneca.
Right. And he's not here to dispute it either.
Nope, neither is Sartre.
And Ashley Stevens says, and this is actually, we were kind of talking about this yesterday, do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. As an entrepreneur, I live by that quote. That was what she was saying. Jason Bates says, stay awesome, Jenna.
Thanks, Jason.
Peace. Let me get to the Vince Lombardi quotes, because there's some really good Vince Lombardi quotes. Again, just want to make sure. Vince Lombardi, this is a good one. The greatest accomplishment is not in never failing, but in rising after you fall.
Yep.
Not in never falling, sorry.
That's the whole fall down 8 times, get up 9.
Winning is a habit, unfortunately, so is losing.
Yeah, you're right.
Practice does not make perfect. Only perfect practice makes perfect.
Okay.
You don't like that one?
Not as much.
There's one here, I can't find it, but it goes with, if winning isn't everything, why do they keep score?
Yeah.
The harder you work, the harder it is to surrender.
No, those are words.
All right, let me. Okay. There's one with enthusiasm here. It's not his best, but if you aren't fired with enthusiasm, you will be fired with enthusiasm.
Yeah, it's true.
And then there's, while we're talking, so then the other guy I like too. So I see there were some of those that you don't like.
Yeah.
Actually, so I'm gonna be wary about those. There's John Wooden, who's another classic for
Is that the UCLA?
the former UCLA coach.
John Wooden had one of my favorite quotes, which you'll probably read.
Talent is God-given, be humble. Fame is man-given, be grateful. Conceit is self-given, be careful.
It's good.
It's the little details that are vital. Little things make big things happen.
It's true.
Whatever you do in life, surround yourself with smart people who will argue with you.
Yeah. I wonder who's not listening to that.
Today is the only day. Yesterday is gone. This one's going to be right up your alley. If you don't have the time to do it right, when will you have the time to do it all over?
Yes! That's a good one.
This is actually one of my favorite quotes of all time. Success comes from knowing that you did your best to become the best that you are capable of becoming.
That's great.
You can't let praise or criticism get to you. It's a weakness to get caught up in either one.
But isn't that why I always say I want to hear the bad things too? I
Yeah.
say that over and over again. It makes me stronger.
If you're not making mistakes, then you're not doing anything. I'm positive that a doer makes mistakes,
Yeah.
even spelling mistakes from our team.
I've said this 100 times. I don't care if you make mistakes,
I-
but don't come back on Thursday and if you make a spelling mistake on Wednesday, don't make a spelling mistake on Thursday.
Are the same spelling mistake.
No. If you make a spelling
A
mistake
spelling
on
mistake.
Wednesday, don't make a spelling is not something we can always look it up. I'm allowing you to make an error, but now you learn from it. So if you want to make a spelling mistake Wednesday, make an organizational mistake on Thursday, make a different mistake on Friday. Make all the mistakes you want to make, never make the same ones twice. That's how you learn. You make the same mistake twice and now that's effort, I think. That dips into your effort because you're not taking the effort to correct yourself. To
Right.
know that you're doing it wrong.
I got you. Things turn out best for the people who make the best of the way things turn out.
Yeah, that's great. Listen, can I just go back to that for 1 second so you don't think I'm a hard ass?
Who thinks you're a hard ass?
I try to ask for the best out of people. I really want the best from people.
I think you think spelling is easier. Like some things you
I
want
don't
to
think
check.
spelling
Like,
is easy. I think spelling is hard, but you have an answer every single time. It's not like you have to take a guess. It's not like you're asking me for European history and I'm not sure and there's stuff that's open for interpretation or math and I'm not sure. Make mistakes. But when it comes to spelling, every single word out there is Googleable. Every single movie, TV show, song, everything out there. And
Do
maybe
you mind
it
if
takes
I
an
push
extra
back a
2
little bit?
seconds. I think you should push back.
so I basically, like, we're trying to get people to do things on a timely basis, and I'm a little afraid that if they were Googling Buckeyes, or they were Googling Wolverines, or they were Googling every single word that they put out, like, you could get to a point where we just can't get the job done in the requisite amount of time. So I don't want our people kind of Googling every word. I want to assume that there are certain words that they know how to spell. And if somebody, for instance, repeatedly makes a mistake and we haven't pointed out, like if they make a mistake with yours is difficult.
That's a mistake.
That's a mistake, and until we point it out,
That's
they're
fine.
not
I'm
going to know
not
how to.
gonna
They
talk
can even
that.
look up the word your. Like they're not going to look up your because they think that they're spelling.
That's not a spelling, but that's more of a grammatical error, and I understand
Oh, okay.
that.
That's okay.
But what I'm saying, now can I push back for you a little bit?
Please do.
It is a red flag when someone, and I get tweets that'll say, this was spelled wrong. So that looks bad on our part, but I don't get a tweet from anyone that says, it's taking you too long to put this bracket up, right? So it makes us look like we're a little sloppy when there's a mistake. It doesn't make us look sloppy if someone's saying, why is it taking so long to put the second round of this bracket up? Like, that's just, hey, we're gonna get to it. I want things done right.
Officially. I got you.
With your business, and I get that, like there are things that you do that You will not make a mistake. When you go to an advertiser and you sit down, you're not gonna have your numbers wrong, you're not gonna have the facts of the show wrong, like you're gonna be on your game. And if you did make a mistake, you'd be kind of mad at yourself because you have the answers, you just made a mistake. If the answers are out there, go get them.
Right.
I would rather you be a little slower and us not look like, that's my thing. And
I'm getting this to better not be any spelling mistakes.
Ever again.
Make
Listen,
sure everybody knows.
Oh.
But make sure that everybody knows.
No, because I had this issue with my website for a little bit, I'm just gonna say, and when a spelling mistake went out, it killed me, because people were like, hey, you should just look over your stuff before. It makes it look like you're rushing to get things done, so I'd rather take an extra day to get something posted, and his thing was always, let's get it right up, and I was like, well, where are we going?
I guess the point I was trying to make is that if somebody's putting up, people are used to putting up 1 tweet per day, and if we're putting up 100 tweets a day, but being held to the same standard of spelling as people who put up 1 tweet per day, we're invariably going to make mistakes.
I don't mind invariably making mistakes.
Right. Okay.
Please just look me in the eye and
Okay.
say I'm going to make an effort to not make spelling mistakes.
I've made a lot of spelling mistakes when I'm tweeting, and even when I'm sitting here and I'm putting up a.
But I don't think you. Yes, you have, and so we all have. I don't think you've made spelling mistakes in your hedge fund when you're presenting a big report to someone. I don't think you would let it go. I don't think you would quickly just write a report and walk into it.
What I'm trying to say is there's a different medium.
But
If you're sitting down and if you're writing, let's say, your shareholder letter, and it gets reviewed by 10 different people, as opposed to I have 5 minutes to put up, I'm doing a poll live on the show, and hopefully I'm spelling Buckeyes and Wolverines right, but I might be leaving out an R, not because I don't know how to spell Wolverines, but I'm just typing fast and then I'm reading it, and I don't pick up when I'm proofreading it the second time.
that's a very specific little tiny thing you're saying.
Right, but I'm saying that there's the time of that, like, I don't want us all to be sort of tentative
I understand.
to keep the show
but
on
that
track.
would be.
Because one of the
that's
things,
equivalent to me of you saying, listen, I'm Tiger Woods, I'm phenomenal at putting, like, I'm not going to spend the same amount of time practicing my putting as I am
no,
like,
but if you
driving.
put Tiger Woods on, what I'm trying to say is that if Tiger Woods takes
A minute to line up a shot, but if you put him into a different format and you basically say Tiger Woods, you have to cover all 18 holes in 60 minutes. He's not going to get to line up his shots the same way he would during an unlimited time thing. So when we're here and we're at the tail end of the show, like yesterday we were at the tail end of a show and I'm trying to put up tweets.
That's a little bit different than.
what I'm trying to say is that, like,
Okay, so then let's say this, if you're at the tail end and you're rushing to get a tweet up, it's more understandable than if
Just
you have
wanna make sure
overnight,
that-
you have all night to get a thing in. So I don't want to go on and look at, if I'm telling you that that's something that bothers me,
I'm trying to say that we're trying to be more on top of our spelling. I'm just trying to say that.
okay, and I will look back at you and give you a quote that says, don't try, do.
Okay.
I'm expecting the most out of you, and I expect the most out of the people that work with us, not for us, but with us. And you expect the most out of me. And if I have a cold and I don't feel great, I'm still gonna come and be prepared and bring it. That's what we do.
I got it.
Give me the best of who you are every single day. Can you handle?
I can do my best.
You want that.
My
you
best.
want
I'm
someone
going to do
like
my
me.
best. I do want to be
You don't
perfect.
want someone that says, oh, it's okay.
It's okay, spell everything wrong. I got it. No. We're going to not just try to spell everything right. We're going to try to make sure. I have to give, Jared wants me to drop and give 50 push-ups. Jared, you must have a long time for me to give 50 push-ups.
I bet you could do 25 push-ups in a minute and 10 seconds.
Do you know what push-ups are?
I do them all the time.
And do I ever do push-ups?
Do you not do push-ups?
I don't do
believe
push-ups
you.
because
I think you are the most humble person I know, and I think you could probably out-push-up me.
Darren wants me to do 5 push-ups for every and misspelling. Darren, I think you're not getting the. I don't think you're getting
Darren,
the mode of the
It's
conversation.
not gonna work.
For a misspelling by anybody in my organization, I think I'm going to have to do 1,000 push-ups, which may take a few years. The ums seem to be forgiven. She understands that I could probably get away with 2 or 3.
I just gave you a compliment. I just
I
said I think you
appreciate
can
it.
out-push up me.
You thought
think
I could.
Connor could definitely out-push up me. You could out-push up me.
Connor's a young man.
Can you do 25 push-ups in a minute?
Darren.
Yeah, you could.
Less than 30 seconds, probably. Okay, 40.
What is that? What was
Can
that?
I have one of these ones?
Yeah, sure.
They good?
They're very good. They're very good, actually.
Great.
I need you. They're amazing.
I finished 2 today. And they're not that many calories, actually.
Aren't you allergic to coconuts?
You know, actually, yesterday during the meeting, I was just like, I'm allergic to coconuts. They said that there's not that many. That says coconut water.
So like diluted that.
It's so diluted, but the guy had his EpiPen when I drank, and I had no problem. So it was the first time I actually brought myself to have coconut water because it was for work. It was for the Jenna Welch show. I was able to. I tested myself to. Darren's allergic to work. Darren wants me to actually just do 1,000 push-ups now, so I have a bank of like. Are we interrupting something?
Yeah, Harvard went to the Museum of
Oh!
Natural History.
Very
Museum
nice.
of Natural History.
I've
for
heard
the
of that.
first
You've
time.
talked about that.
It's our favorite museum. She's never seen this dinosaur. You know, she went to see the dinosaur exhibit, and look at her face when they pan down to her face. She lost her shit.
Oh wow.
I mean, if you're a kid and
Yeah.
you see, and she's like, whoa.
That's
I just had to see that. Like,
a great dinosaur.
ah.
That's cute.
So wait, they went to the Museum of Natural History instead of coming here?
Yep. Well, what do you think a 3-year-old would like better?
Me.
You've been to the museum, right? You know that butterfly exhibit they have?
Oh, I love that.
She would go nuts over that, which is actually really cool.
I love that one.
I just missed him. Sorry. I realized.
Okay.
Sorry, Tony. Actually, kind of. Can we raise the?
Yeah, there's like the camera.
Yeah.
If you twist this thing, you can raise it.
Okay. So cool. Tony didn't like the camera angle. Oh, that was for Jenna's video. I'm sorry. Jenna, do you want to show the video one more time to Facebook audience? See it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, Darren, you're bidding again? Excellent. What's the bidding?
Oh, what is the bidding
I
at?
just checked, there's 56.
How does it work, Lance? I apologize for not knowing. You go on and you bid by $1?
You can bid by $1. You can bid by $4.
It looks like people are, oh no, okay, it's 56, Lansborough.
Oh, Daphne, Charles
Yeah.
Lansborough.
It's cool. We know these people already. All right, so that's it for quotes.
No, I have more if you want to keep going with it. Or just
Yes.
leave
Can
it?
I call? I have a couple. Can I call up?
Yeah, please. I think this is important. Like, I want to be using the memo. I want to be using the quotes in our page.
Listen, this is probably the one thing that you and I are agreed on more than anything in the world is the importance of these. You know, and I'm pretty easygoing with stuff. When I'm fired up and I'm motivated and I'm on a stage or I'm with a client or I'm with someone who doesn't think they're worth something, you better believe I dig deep into my well of these and I pull out a ton. Let me see, what do I have here? If you want your life to change, you have to change your life. Remember this Albert Einstein quote? Everybody's a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it's stupid.
I've heard that one. That's a great one.
Isn't that a great quote? Everybody's a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing it's stupid. Yoda, do or do not.
There is no try.
Let's say that again to make sure everyone hears what I had to say.
Do or do not. There is no try.
That was on
Yoda.
Jeopardy like 2 nights ago, I think. That was one.
Yeah, the Yoda quote. I
Yeah.
love that you and I watch Jeopardy. That's
Yeah.
so cool.
We deliver for you. USPS.
I
USPS.
watch Nightly News and then Jeopardy.
And then Jeopardy comes on. How about this? This one means a lot to me, and I actually think about this one all the time. When someone is either rude or someone, I don't have someone's attention and they are distracted for whatever reason, big, small, or otherwise, be kind. Everyone is fighting a battle you know nothing about. You know, we don't always know what's going on in people's lives, so just be kind to everyone. Don't let something that's long gone continue to control you. It's time to let go.
Anger is heavy to carry around.
Yes, it is, especially if you're a postal person. Still looking.
Marcy says, if at first you don't succeed, then skydiving isn't for you.
Ha! Marcy, that was very funny. Quotes and motivation.
Cycler's wife says that fish quote is one we use for our dyslexic kiddos.
Which one?
This is.
Maybe it's
John says, be kind, pass it on.
quotations. Hold on, I forget where I kept them.
So I'm going to go back to my next guy, if you don't mind.
What
Make
are you
sure.
doing?
Another guy who I wanted to make sure you were on target with is Ralph Waldo Emerson.
Yeah, I'm here. As soon as mine come up, I'm going to read them to you. It's somewhere locked and loaded deep within Gmail. What is it, Connor?
Just jump to $66.
66.
But it looks like a bidding war between Darren
And Daphne. You just need two people to do it.
The Today Show put together a list of Jenna Wolf's top most inspirational quotes.
Oh, did they? Can you actually send me that one?
Yeah.
Can you just send me that one?
Our favorite 10 inspirational quotes, or fitness quotes, but quotes from Jenna Wolf.
GR Postman is in the lead, he says.
Yeah, Darren.
Ralph Waldo Emerson has write it on your heart that every day is the best day in the year.
Leifer, Leifer. Leifer. Okay. Those are their famous quotes, but still. Yeah, man.
To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment.
It's great. It's hard to do.
Love of beauty is taste, the creation of beauty is art.
Nah.
For every second you remain angry, you give up 60 seconds of peace of mind.
It's a great one.
People do not seem to realize that their opinion of the world is also a confession of their character.
It's a stretch.
Okay. Shallow men believe in luck, strong men believe in cause and effect.
It's true.
Alright, you're not selling to him, let me get into
You could tell probably, right?
I know when you spend 4 hours a day together.
It's true.
I know.
What
when
about,
just being polite.
what's his name? Old Packers coach. Longtime Packers coach, Connor.
Holmgren or Lombardi?
No. Did we already do Vince Lombardi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark Twain. All you need in this life is ignorance and confidence, and then success is sure.
Do Eleanor Roosevelt's quotes,
Okay.
and you'll see.
I
Face your
just-
fear. Stare your fear down. Own your fear. I'm doing that here. I'm gonna drink some more because I am like 3 bathroom stops shy of a record.
With the new day comes new strength and new thoughts.
No, keep going.
Okay. You gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which you really stop to look fear in the face. You are able to say to yourself, I lived through this horror, I can take the next thing that comes along.
I mean, it's true.
The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams.
A little far-fetched.
A woman is like a tea bag. You can't tell how strong she is until you put her in hot water.
Ooh.
Great minds discuss ideas. Average minds discuss events. Small minds discuss people.
Yeah.
We are afraid to care too much for fear that the other person does not care at all.
That's a good one too. She said that.
Yeah.
It was like well before her time, don't you think?
She lived a life.
Wow.
One's philosophy is not best expressed in words. It is expressed in the choices one makes, and the choices we make are ultimately our responsibility.
Yeah. Pretty sure it says that.
It is better to light a candle than curse the darkness. Oh, and then there's hit him with the hind from Jay Chen. That's actually, hit him with the hind is like a Howard Stern thing.
Hit him with a.
Hit him with the hind. Hind is one of the guys who does like the after show on the Howard Stern show, and like one of the ways that they actually Jimmy Fallon or one of those Jimmy Kimmel. Which one? Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel? Who was doing the not the 20 Awards.
Kimmel.
He did the
Emmys.
The Emmys. So he at the end of his whole thing ended with like hit him with the hind. It's a big Howard Stern. It's like a Baba Booey type thing.
Oh, okay.
So this guy was trying to get us to say hit him with the hind, not knowing that I would jump at the opportunity to say hit him with the hind.
Do I need to say it?
If you want to say hit him with the hind, also.
Hit him with the hind?
Right.
Is that a song?
No, it's it's just like you were hitting him with the hind. I don't know what
I
that.
feel like my 3-year-old sang that song.
Oh, maybe. Did I say it's better to light a candle than curse the
Yeah,
darkness?
you said that.
You must do the things you think
Cannot
you
do. That is a great. You must do the things you cannot do. I mean, think about that. That's intense.
Don't worry about being recognized. Be worthy of recognition. That was from Lincoln, from John.
It's a great quote.
Tracy Bender Schisler says, "Beauty lies within." Cholette says, anyone can do anything for 1 minute."
I said that, but I said that for like 30 seconds or something.
Sorry. Cian Delco says, "If a flower doesn't bloom, you fix the environment in which it grows, not the flower." I guess I can see. In the long run, this is back to Eleanor Roosevelt. We shape our lives and we shape ourselves. The process never ends until we die, and the choices we make are ultimately our own responsibility. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent.
Single greatest quote ever, ever. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent.
People grow through experience if they meet life honestly and courageously. This is how character is built.
See, there's a difference between the.
Darren says, "If nothing ever sticks to Teflon, then get it to stick to the pan." That's because John's in the Teflon business.
Oh, that's very funny.
I'm not sure if I got that all right. It was erasing, and I had to get my own in there also somehow.
Yeah, of course.
It is not fair to ask of others what you are not willing to do yourself. Another Eleanor Roosevelt. Never allow a person to tell you no who doesn't have the power to say yes.
Isn't that great?
Do what you feel in your heart to be right, for you'll be criticized anyway. You'll be damned if you do and damned if you do.
Yeah.
No sense being stupid unless you show it.
I forget who said,
That wasn't Eleanor Roosevelt. That was.
this was intense for me. Power is holding someone else's fear in your hand and showing it to them.
Oh.
Isn't that intense?
That's deep. The giving of love is an education in and of itself.
Okay, I think
I see which ones you like. No, I'm trying to.
I want ones that'll actually move me, right? If it's too big and too large scope, then it doesn't matter. About building love and character and whatever, it's all right.
I'm going to end with this one. Just want to make sure, see where you come out on it. Friendship with oneself is all important because without it, one cannot be friends with anyone else in the world.
Yeah, I say this all the time. If you don't work, nobody around you works. If you can't like yourself, you can't like anybody else.
Happiness is not a goal, it's a byproduct.
Sure.
All right, I think I got a sense. We're going to go on, we'll finish up the next hour with our...
Couple brackets?
We're going to get our brackets, and John has a good one. Honor thy mother and father.
That's it.
Thank you, John, for that. We'll be back in a few.
Awesome.
Connor, 568.